Hi guys, that's Aimi Enei again. I'm filming this from Montenegro now, yeah. And in this video, I wanted to address some topic that I did not yet tell you about, yeah, because I myself did not know all about it for a long time. Yeah, I heard some of this in Russia, and I heard most of this story when I was already in Moldova, Chisinau. Yes, I want to share this with you. Um, it appears to be a key part of and I'm sorry guys, it's very difficult to film this video, yeah, because I'm doing this from a dormitory room. Yeah, I have a roommate, there are people walking there, yeah, there are all kinds of distractions, so please be understanding yeah, if I will not be very consistent or coherent. Yeah, I am doing my best in the environment of very many distractions. Yeah, I cannot have privacy, I cannot have a space to film this because technically I do not think I'm allowed to be filming this from common grounds, and I do not want to risk my expulsion or any sanctions against me. Yeah, I do not want to take any risks, so I'm filming this from a room I share with a roommate. Yeah, plenty of distractions. Anyway, so like I said, a key part of the persecution against me originates, as far as I got to know, from our some persons in Russia and from some persons, multiple persons who were discussing this topic in Moldova, from other persons who were discussing this in other countries yet. Yeah, so there is some international kind of rumor or disinformation smear circulating or about me internationally. I believe, or as far as I understood from the stories that I have heard, that it was spread by some, as far as I understood, Brazilian person, woman, female, yeah. I do not know who the person is, I do not know the name, I do not know the face, I do not know anything about this, yeah, except for, as far as I understood from the stories I heard, it was some Brazilian woman who is claiming that she has poisoned me by putting some very dangerous parasites in our the food that she later offered to me, and she claims that she alleges that I ate that food. Yeah, she alleges those parasites were highly dangerous, very infectious, lethal, impossible, very difficult to diagnose, yeah, impossible to cure. And basically that's the gossip somebody sent circulating around me internationally, yeah. So people, the story I heard about somebody offering me food infected with parasites, yeah, I do not have, of course, no conscious experience of that, yeah. I sincerely hope that's a smear campaign against me, yeah. And well, based on what I heard, it appears that there is some person who badly hates me, because that person was quoted as saying, "Oh my god, I destroyed her life. She will never get married. She will not have a job. She will not have a family. Yeah, she will not have anybody. Oh, I destroyed her life, but still, you need to be warning people. You need to be warning men. So nobody has sex with her. Nobody marries her. Yeah. So everybody is informed that she might be highly infectious with some very dangerous worms, parasites, whatever." So people, it's hateful topic, but I'm making this video because I want this to be known publicly as one thing, yeah. If there is some person who is really claiming that, my question is, why is that person not being investigated? Why are her words, why is her story, her allegations are not being criminally investigated? That's one question, yeah. The second question is, so in my complete understanding, yeah, there is some smear campaign going on against me, yeah, and I do know there are multiple pornography videos or photos that are totally smear, fake, AI manufactured, circulating around me, yeah, and multiple people around the world sincerely believe, they call me a whore, they call me a prostitute, they call me a hotel, whatever, hostel, yeah, they sincerely believe what they're saying, yeah. So there are some smear materials that have nothing to do with the decent, honest, clean me, yeah, that those people disinformed, yeah, multiple sincerely believing. I have never seen those videos, I have never seen those photos, but I heard about those, the existence of those, yeah. There are yet other videos and photos, yeah, where my name and my person is somehow associated with some claims are that are humiliating, idiotic, whatever, insulting to other people, that I have never made. Yeah, I heard about those allegations too. There is no connection to me. I have never said those things. I have never partook in anything that I should be ashamed of. Yeah. I have never, I'm sorry, the noise my roommate is making, yeah, is terrible, but I'm gonna try to stay focused, yeah, on what I'm saying, yeah. So like I said, I have never partook in anything that I should be ashamed of, yeah. I'm a clean, decent, honest, God-abiding person, yeah. So I do know there are those smear videos and photos, yeah. I do know there are other smear materials yet about me involving my name, yeah. There are people claiming I signed some documents or left my fingerprints on something, yeah, who are talking about this in some weird way, like it was something that I should be ashamed of, or something that's not legal or not ethical. So people, I do not know what's that about, yeah. And now I know that there is some woman claiming that. Basically, she's claiming that I'm a biohazard. She's alleging that, yeah? And as far as I understood, there may even be some kind of smear video, which I believe to be entirely fake. At least I hope so, to the best of my hope, yeah? That it's entirely fake, because I heard people quoting some very strange things, alleging those to be my comments. I have never said those things, yeah? So basically, people, I'm surrounded with some kind of smear campaign against me, yeah? So my question is, yeah, is one thing, what I have already mentioned before, yeah? If there is some woman who is making that claim, who is basically alleging that she committed a crime and she murdered somebody, yeah, or she infected somebody with something that's lethal, that's destructive to life, yeah, then why are her words not being criminally investigated? That's one question. The second question is, yeah, basically all we're dealing with here is hearsay, some kind of smear campaign. So somebody pointed a finger at me and internationally claimed something that made people be afraid of me and consider me a biohazard without any evidence, without any proof for this, yeah? It's a total hearsay. So basically, what is that, yeah? Is it sufficient to point a finger at somebody and say, hey, she's a biohazard, she's infectious, she has wounds, she has some lethal diseases, yeah? She's dangerous. And now everybody is gonna believe that someone spreading that gossip, yeah? And people, that's crazy, because that's ultimate victimization of me, yeah? I was not understanding why men internationally in different countries would say, yeah, she's a no, not her, yeah? Anybody, not her. She's not for marriage, she's not for sex, yeah? uh, we do not know if she's infectious or not, if she might carry that lethal, dangerous thing or not, yeah? People are saying it's something impossible to diagnose, impossible to cure, or something like that. That's how the gossip goes, yeah? And basically, men in several different countries shudder away from me, literally, yeah? So people literally say she's not supposed to get married. We're supposed to be warning men around the world, yeah? Nobody should marry her. She should not have a family. She shouldn't have children, yeah? Nobody should give her jobs, yeah? Just be careful, infectious biohazard walking around. So people, I want to address you very honestly with this topic, yeah? As far as I know, yeah? All the medical tests I have passed so far, yeah, in several different countries show that I'm healthy, yeah? So I have been passing standard medical examinations, yeah, that show that I have no sexually transmitted infections whatsoever, yeah, and no other lethal or dangerous infections that I should be like worried about, yeah. I have passed examinations necessary for professional jobs, yeah, required to have professional jobs, yeah, the medical clearances, yeah, and no problems at all were shown through those tests. So okay, let's be serious. Yes, I know there is a whole list of very dangerous diseases indeed, yeah, viruses, infections, parasitic, others, yeah, that are very difficult to diagnose. Some of them, yeah, some are impossible to cure, yeah, some are very hard to diagnose, yeah, they require very specific tests, etc., yeah. So we live in a very complex world, very dangerous world that's full of biohazards, chemical hazards, yeah, of all kinds and sorts, yeah. I'm sorry, my neighbor is producing noise again, but my roommate, yeah, but I'm gonna try to stay focused, yeah. So what I'm saying is, yeah, people around this world, in Brazil, there are multiple parasitic diseases and other very dangerous diseases spreading, infections spreading, yeah, through the water, through mosquitoes, through insects, through multiple sources, through the earth, yeah, in different other countries, in multiple other countries, yeah, people. I will not try to point out specific countries here because I want to be ethical, I want to be politically correct here, yeah. That's not the subject. You can Google, you can go to any search engine in the internet, yeah, and you can search for biohazards, health problems, specific diseases, yeah, neglected tropical diseases in specific countries. Yeah, you can Google different European countries, Asian countries, South American countries, North American countries, whichever. Yeah, choose any country of the world and really Google. You just search for the parasitic infections, the neglected tropical diseases, the viruses, the parasites, the infections, health problems, biohazards that exist in the environment of those countries. Yeah, read about those things, read about how they are spread. Yeah, so you will get to know people. We live in a very terrible planet, on a very terrible planet, in a very terrible world in that sense. Yeah, that's full of dangers of all kinds and sorts. Yeah, there are parasites that spread when you step barefoot on the ground, and the person can step barefoot on the ground and they can get infected. Yeah, a fly can bite a person in Africa or somewhere. Yeah, the person will get worms in their body. Yeah, mosquitoes, various tiny insects, flying insects, any insects can carry parasitic infections. Yeah, mosquitoes can bite a person. Yeah, in some countries, and the person can develop worm parasites in their whole body. Yeah, some in very terrible forms that will be impossible or very difficult to diagnose or impossible to cure. Yeah, and for some of those diseases there are no vaccines, there is no cure. Those diseases are spread through the insects, flying insects, mosquito bites, earth. Yeah, there are some diseases, there are some very dangerous parasites that spread when somebody steps in fresh water. Yeah, or touches, comes in any contact with fresh water in some countries. Yeah, I mean, our environment is full of dangers. Yeah, in some countries more than in others, but basically that's a problem around the world. Yeah, and I do imagine many people don't know about this thing. Yeah, I was curious. I actually went to the internet and actually searched for those things and actually studied. Yeah, what we're talking about here. Yeah, I actually studied multiple of those diseases, how they're spread, etc. Yeah, so people, yeah, as one thing, I heard persons who were alleging me to be a biohazard, they were using a play of words. Well, there are multiple people who call me crazy, schizophrenic, schizophrenia, you know the word, yeah? Let's say it has nothing to do with me, yeah? But they use the play of words because there is also a parasite that's called, let me remember, schistomiasis, I think, yeah? Schistomiasis, so those are very dangerous worms. They are spread through freshwater contact in some countries, yeah? So if you see any stagnant freshwater somewhere, yeah, in some places you're not sure about, yeah, it's best not to approach it, not to come into any contact with this, yeah? So those are serious topics, and I do invite everybody who listens to me to actually be informed and to actually go to the internet, search for the information about those parasites, those biohazards, how they're spread, how to be careful and not to come in contact with those things, yeah, not to get infected. So be informed. That's a good thing, to be informed. But basically, yeah, those rumors I heard, yeah, people are making a play of words. They're saying schizophrenic, schizophrenia, schiza, shiza, and they are basically they are alluding to this word schistomasis, I think it's pronounced, yeah. So I googled, yeah, people, this thing, yeah, it's not spread through sexual contact, yeah. So these people who are spreading civil gossip about me, yeah, they allege that men should not have sex with me, that I should not get married, I should not be allowed to get married, to have lovers, yeah, because it's something that's supposed to be sexually infectious, yeah. So that specific thing they're quoting, it's indeed disgusting, it's indeed terrible, yeah. It's very disgusting, it's very terrible. It's not spread through any sexual contact or through any interpersonal contact, yeah. Well, at least based on what I read in the internet, yeah, you can go and do your own research, yeah. So, okay, there are other things, yeah? There is a thing that's called, let me see. I was trying to remember the pronunciation. I think it was Leishmaniasis or leishmaniasis, yeah? That's when a mosquito or some tiny insect can bite a person, yeah? And the person can develop adult wounds in their body, yeah? And that's terrible. They can spread throughout the body after mosquito bites, yeah? There is a form of this, it's called visceral form, yeah, where basically these parasites enter the brain, the nervous system, yeah, and they are very hard to diagnose indeed, and basically impossible to cure as far as I read from the internet sources, yeah. So there are other diseases like that, and basically those diseases mean, yeah, that in some places in multiple countries of the world, yeah, a mosquito bite can bring this, yeah. A contact with bare earth, a contact with water can bring these, yeah. An insect bite, a fly bite can bring these, yeah. So basically, people were all living in a very dangerous world, yeah. Now imagine some of these diseases are indeed spread sexually, yeah. Think about the number of migrants around the world who migrate from one country to another, who make sex, yeah, who come into all kinds of contacts, yeah. These diseases spread like crazy. And basically, that's the reality, yeah? Well, we also have nuclear weapons. We also have all kinds of biohazards in the labs. Yeah, we all know about the coronavirus story where somebody, well, there is a theory that somebody broke a tube with that virus, yeah? We live in a planet where we don't know, yeah, the mental state, the personal situations of people who actually deal with these biohazards in laboratories on a daily basis, or who deal with nuclear weapons, yeah, or other dangerous weapons, chemical weapons on a daily basis, yeah. We live in a world that's composed of various hazards, yeah. Right now, yeah, I look at myself, I look at the people around me, and it seems very safe. Like there are beautiful fields full of flowers, there is a nice blue sky out there, yeah. People, I do not know how I'm gonna die. I do not know how other people around me are gonna die, yeah. If any of us are gonna die a natural death in the end of this, yeah. Because the world we live in, yeah, we're all living on a nuclear bomb that's melting. Like seriously, really, yeah. It's a very crazy thing, yeah. And basically, what I mean, yeah, singling out some innocent, helpless person who by coincidence happens to be hated by so many, me, and pointing a finger at me and alleging some evil gossip without proof, without evidence, with intention to isolate me, to destroy my life, that's ultimate victimization. That's ultimate victimization, especially when this person is saying what those people who help this rumor circulate are themselves saying, oh, it's not possible to diagnose, it's not possible to prove or disprove, yeah. There is no evidence, maybe she's not, yeah, but it's best not to touch her, yeah. So people, how crazy is that? Basically, it's sufficient to point a finger at some person you hate and say, oh, she is a biohazard. Nobody should have sex with her. Nobody should marry her, give her jobs, nobody should approach her. We should all try to make her old and ugly and to kill her so she's not dangerous to nobody. I mean, that's witch hunt. That's medieval witch hunt. Like burn the witch kind of thing. She's the witch, burn her. It's crazy, people. You live in a world where billions of people carry biohazards and spread biohazards, yeah? Where yet multiple people are in control of things that can destroy the humanity. And those people, you don't control, you don't know their mental state, their physical situations, yeah? If tomorrow, something is gonna explode somewhere, we're all gonna die, yeah? We live in a terrible, dangerous world, people, yeah? Basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, God, sexually transmitted infections, look at that, yeah? There are multiple. Not all of them are spread through sex alone. Yeah, there are those who that are spread with medical misconduct whatsoever, different methods. Yeah, we live in a crazy, dangerous world. Yeah, and basically you're all exposed to a lot of things. Yeah, like most of the population of this planet are exposed to some very, very terrible things none of you want to catch. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, in this crazy and dangerous world, singling out one helpless person and without any evidence, without any proof, pointing a finger and claiming this thing, yeah? And it's obvious it's somebody that hates me. I don't know why, I don't know who the person is, yeah? And it's obvious that people who carry this rumor around, yeah, Many of them are motivated to do so because they hate me too, because I'm a hated asylum seeker, yeah? I have stepped on the feet of many criminals who want to bury me, who want to see me in a coffin, just done over with, finished, yeah? And they're happy they found that somebody spreading that rumor. I don't know, maybe somebody offered money to that woman to claim that. Because there are too many people, too many criminals in Russia and in other countries yet who are very motivated to see me destroyed, to see me dead, to see me isolated for that purpose, yeah? I mean, I want to share this with you people because, I consider myself healthy. I don't know, I'm not a doctor and not God, yeah? But I sincerely believe that I'm a reasonably healthy person, yeah? And I want to get married, and I want to have a family, and I want to have a lover, and I want to have a happy life, and I want to have friends, in the good sense of that word, yeah? I want to have an interesting job that I deserve, yeah? I want to have a country to accept me. And I find it crazy that people were motivated in part in their persecution against me with the motive of getting rid of a potential biohazard in their environment. I'm sorry, my roommate is sighing, producing some noises there. Yeah, it's very, very distractive, yeah? But yeah, basically, that's what I got to know, that part of the persecution against me was motivated by this motive of getting rid of the potential biohazard in their environment. Yeah? I mean, people, everything in your environment, like many things, most things in your environment are a potential biohazard, yeah? That's the world we live in. It's a very dangerous, crazy world, yeah? But I believe this is a very bad crime. When you single out somebody who has no protection, who many people want to see dead and gone and destroyed and isolated, and smearing that person in multiple ways, calling her a whore, calling her a biohazard, calling her a liar, calling her an actress, yeah, making some AI manufactured videos, fake photos, yeah, circulating some smear gossip about this person, yeah, that has nothing to do with me. So, as one thing, I wanted to share this. I'm not afraid of anything, yeah? As another thing, yeah, if there is somebody who is ready to legally, criminally investigate those rumors, I will be happy if you interfere and you actually legally, criminally investigate what's going on with this, yeah? And who these people are who are smearing me and what's going on, yeah? And finally, yeah, people, I heard multiple witnesses alleging the existence of some very terrible smear materials about my person, about my name, that I believe to be totally fake, yeah? I have never seen those videos and photos, yeah? But if you have come across something that's criminal, unethical, disturbing, that in any way involves my person, my name, my body, my face, I'm asking you, please share these materials with me, yeah? You can send me the link. You can publish the link in the comments to this video, yeah? Or to any of my videos, yeah? Please find some way to share this with me and find some way to share this with law authorities, with law enforcement, with some criminal investigation people, ideally, yeah? But in the very minimum, I want to see these things, yeah? Because I want them to be legally, criminally investigated, yeah? It's not normal to choose a random individual who is innocent, who is decent, who is honest, who is perfectly ethical and God-abiding and clean and honest and decent, and to smear her in multiple domains, causing massive international persecution and the destruction of somebody's life on various levels. It's not normal. It's a terrible crime. It should be investigated.